Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. J. Prabhakaran, Associate Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, and I am going to handle you dynamics of machines for you. The last semester you may have studied the kinematics of machines, and this dynamics of machine is the continuation of the kinematics of machine. As you know that in kinematics means it is a study about the relative motions between various parts. Whereas in dynamic, we will consider the various forces acting on the body and its effect on the body is called as the dynamics. So in the dynamics of machine, we will consider the various forces acting on the machine components. Okay. Subject point of view, in first unit we are having inertia force, turning moment diagram and flywheel. In the second unit we are having balancing of rotating mass and balancing of reciprocating parts. Third and fourth unit together consist of vibration, free vibration, forced vibration, damped vibration. All those things will come in together in third and fourth unit. And the fifth unit consists of governors and gyroscopic couple. And I am going to start with the first third and fourth unit. I am going to handle third and fourth unit, that is vibration. Being a mechanical engineer, why should we study the vibration? What is the need for studying the vibration? Okay, in general, do we like, as a mechanical engineer, do we like the vibration? Definitely no. So at any cost we will try to reduce the vibration, or we will try to minimize the vibration. Why should we minimize the vibration? If there is a vibration in a machine part, it will produce a irritating sound which cannot be tolerated. The second one is, if the vibration is continuously taking place, the machine parts will get damaged and the total machine will be collapsed at any time. Therefore, wherever possible, we have to reduce or we have to minimize the vibration in the machine components. That's why we must have the basic knowledge of the vibration. Okay. Now I am going to tell you the important terms used in vibration. There are three important terms, namely time period, cycle and frequency. The first one, time period, means it's the time interval after which the motion repeats itself is called as the time period. Second one is cycle. The motion completed in one time period is called as the cycle. Then third one is frequency. That is called cycle completed in 1 second is called as the frequency. Now look at the diagram. Let us consider here a string or rope is, take a rope and just vibrate it. Therefore the vibration will cause like this. Okay, now let us start from here. The motion is starting from here, means it is moving in upward direction, then it's coming to downward direction, come to the initial position, after which again it is going to repeat the motion. Therefore, the time required, say for example, if I am saying this part A and B, the time required to move from A to B is called as the time period. Okay, again from B what is happening is going upward direction, come downward direction, come to the initial position. This is C. So the time interval between B to C is also a time period TP. So this is the time period. The second one, cycle, means the motion completed in one time period. Already we know the time required to from move to A to B is one time period, means therefore the corresponding motion, the distance, is called as the cycle. The corresponding motion called as the cycle. That is, the motion completed in one time period is called as the one cycle. Therefore from A to B, this is the first cycle, then B to C, the second cycle, then it will be continuously going on. Okay. The most important thing is, in every cycle this TP, time period TP, will be constant. In every cycle the time period TP will be a constant. Okay, and we may say this portion is called as the amplitude, and normally it will be denoted with x1, that is amplitude of the first cycle, then amplitude of the second cycle means x2. Now the third important term, frequency. Frequency means number of cycles completed in 1 second. Number of cycle completed in 1 second is called as the frequency. For example, if I am saying that for completing one cycle, I am saying that it requires 5 seconds. That is to complete the one cycle, that is Tp equal to 5 seconds. Now what is the definition for the frequency? What I am saying, number of cycle completed in 1 second. That means frequency equal to 1 by Tp. Therefore 1 by 5. Therefore frequency equal to now 1 by 5. Now that means what will happen? If for 5 seconds, if from here it will move up to here, it will take 5 seconds. Roughly 2.5 seconds where it will go up to here. Then 1 second is here. Therefore the cycle completed in 1 second, that is this portion. The cycle completed in 1 second is called, referred as the frequency, and the unit of the frequency will be, we know, it's a hertz. So clear? And to find out to solve the problem, normally time period Tp equal to what we will say 2 pi by omega. Time period Tp equal to 2 pi by omega, where omega equal to angular velocity, 2 pi by omega, and we know frequency equal to 1 by Tp. Frequency equal to 1 by Tp, or otherwise already we know. Therefore frequency equal to 1 by 2 pi omega. The frequency equal to 1 by 2 pi omega. Okay. So the three important terms: time period, cycle, frequency, formula for the time period, and formula for the frequency. While solving the problem, all these formulas will be useful. Okay.